Hello, everybody, and welcome to another weekly Animal Totem readings. Here with me, Roy B, Man of Merlin. Still a bit asleep. Anyway, how's everyone's week been? It's been an interesting week. I was at a beautiful festival at the weekend in Caboolture at the historical village. Such a gorgeous setting. It really was, and everything was nearly almost all outdoors, and just a beautiful sunny day for it. Lots of people wandering around, and did some more public talking as well on how to be an empowered empath. So I'm getting more and more opportunities to do that and share that knowledge for those that find being an empath challenging. And obviously as well as doing readings and serving some amazing people and guiding them along their way and giving them insights in how to move to their next stage. And during the day, one thing that was really relevant and around were magpies. There's quite a few magpies, and it was interesting because I called on my higher self. I called in my higher self into my human self of Merlin, and within a minute or so, a magpie turns up. And magpies are very synonymously connected with Merlin, that light and dark balance, that magic, that they know how to talk, and they're just amazing birds. And also so that's going to be the hashtag this week. It's actually going to be hashtag Merlin. Just put that up. Not hashtag Merlin, hashtag magpie. That's going to be the hashtag for this week's readings. And the beautiful thing is, like in Australia at the moment, it's swooping season. So yeah, magpies get very territorial out here, and they are known to get very close, and you get that sense of energy when they're about here. I mean, yeah, a lot of people have, like, who are cyclists, they'll have like little eyes on the back of their helmet, or they'll have these big spikes on the helmets to try and prevent the swooping. And I think there's also the magpie lark as well, also swoops. So magpies just out here are territorial and aggressive, I would say is the right word. But also they've got, if you don't realize, they've actually got a really beautiful song. They've got this warble in their throat, and that you often hear first thing in the morning out here, and they're talking to each other, bringing in the day. It's such a beautiful noise. And not known to be a songbird, I suppose, but I suppose they are. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. I'll just look at the comments. Good morning, Adele. Good morning, Soulfinity, which is my beautiful partner on, that's her YouTube. That's her trade name, I suppose, for want of a better term. So this week I'm going to be using the Druid Animal Oracle. And so this is this beautiful deck. That's just at the bottom of the deck today, which is Bull. Well, so let's see what happened. Let's see what we got. We had a full moon recently, so some of that energy is around. Mercury retrograde has stopped. Yay! It just means that what was started, with Mercury retrograde coming out of its phase and going direct, it just means the energy is going to start moving forward again. And it's interesting that my son's car broke down and he needed it repaired, and it just seemed to take ages to be repaired. And then yesterday, when Mercury went direct, he gets a phone call from the mechanic saying, "Oh, your car's ready, come and pick it up." So it's just amazing how, when you know what's going on energetically, you're able to observe how that's actually affecting the physical reality, and notice that these things are connected. There's coincidence should not be in the dictionary. There's no such thing. Everything's connected, and the only time we think it's a coincidence is when we don't see the connection. And that comes through experience and observation of the physical realm, and knowledge of what's happening in the energetical realm at the time. So yeah, so let's see what we've got, which animal shows and guides us today. The exciting news is I actually had a dream last night of my Oracle deck, and that's actually in demo phase. The demo decks in the process of being made, I think, currently. So might take a couple of weeks to be made and then delivery. And so hopefully in the next couple of weeks, I'll be using a deck that I helped create, which is exciting stuff. So Tuesday, this is today, which is Swan. I'm just drawn straight away, not to the bird itself, but just this beautiful, those clouds are clearing, this beautiful sunny, you know, again, it is a reference probably to the Mercury in retrograde going direct. So all those little roadblocks in the way, everything's going to start clearing. So your journey is going to become very clear. So this is obviously this is a daily read. So things are going to start moving forward today. Absolutely. Just taking a look at the card and just seeing what I'm drawn to. I feel like, you know, you got this little, almost not quite an adult. So there's a little bit more growth coming today on whatever's going to be moving forward for you. So just like I said about my son and his car, I've also, you know, my phone went into repair. So I wouldn't be surprised to hear about that today, that it's able to be picked up. Yeah, so there's a few other things. All these things are just going to start moving forward. So you're going to start hearing news today. And the number 2 is relevant as well. So the swans and their number 2, because they do literally look like that number 2. 2 days. So there's something personal to each and every one of you that's watching this where 2 days is relevant. So something that was maybe started at the beginning of Mercury in retrograde has got a couple more days before it comes to fruition, or it goes a lot more direct. So yeah, just be patient for a couple of days. So it wouldn't surprise me if the next 2 cards sort of relate to that as well and show that as well. But get ready. It's almost get ready in 2 days. You know, the swan's about to almost take flight. So here we go. That's Tuesday. So let's see what we've got on for Wednesday. Well, that's definitely the one. Bear. I love these cards. They're just stunning. The imagery is just beautiful. Beautiful. Very vibrant energies. And again, this almost looks like the snow's melting. The bear's out of its cage. Cave. And it's almost got like a speaking stick there. You know, like the American Indian speaking sticks that they'd hand around so that a person could get their voice and the other people they would have to listen. It's also a great thing to have in your family. Like if you've got, you know, even if you're just a couple of you, it's great that, I don't know, it's just that physical. Sometimes humans need that physical reminder that they've got to keep quiet while the other person talks. I'm also being drawn to these big pine trees at the back. So it might even be like if you've got if you're having challenges at home in regards to people don't listen, maybe bring in the concept of the talking stick, and you know, you can just go out in nature and tune into the branches on the floor that have fallen and see which one is willing to come home with you and give it a bit of a clean up and turn it into a talking stick. You know, you don't have to go and buy anything fancy. It's just that physical representation. So tomorrow's also all about communication as well, like having that courage to come out of your cave. If you're so used to not speaking up, tomorrow's going to be a brilliant day to speak up. And notice that if you're not used, you know, if you haven't got a full formed habit of speaking up, you're going to be clunky in the beginning. So just honor that you're going to be clunky and speak up anyway. Yeah, so this is further energy of, you know, this energy is coming out of the cave, coming out to be seen. So even hidden stuff is going to be coming out to be seen tomorrow, and that's not necessarily horrible dark stuff. It's just any untruths that are ready to surface, they'll come to the surface. So this direct energy is really starting to gather pace. And just quickly, what I noticed as I was putting this down is like, this is almost like nighttime. So I feel this is even going to start coming in tonight, and the swan card will sort of fade out by early evening. And then out comes this bear energy, which is really powerful mother energy, you know, just as my t-shirt says, like, look after your mother, look after Mother Earth, look after your self, look after your divine feminine. Even if you're a man, look, you've got a divine feminine self. It's about honoring that as well. So then we come to Thursday, sorry, which is, this is your 2 days that I mentioned in the very first card, and you get this beautiful stag. It's very, I mean, look at that amazing gateway at the back of it, a gateway to all realms, another dawn. You know, with every new dawn, there's always hope. And it's quite representative of my little icon here, the stag and the dawn, my icon, my logo. And it's just almost, it's like a cornucopia. So the movement forward, something's going to open. Thursday is going to be a really powerful day. An opportunity coming. But it's also about standing in your power and taking that opportunity. It's going to be an opportunity from spirit, because these trees are white, you know, and its antlers are connected, almost connected to this. So this is about using your intuition to discern what this opportunity that's going to come. And it's definitely going to be worth taking. But then it's about, okay, what's the best action to achieve the best result? There's, you know, some beautiful symbols on the rock there as well. So it's almost like a target in a bullseye. And you've got Pan there as well. There's Pan representation. He's like the nature god. But yeah, that bullseye target. So whatever you've aimed for, you're going to hit dead center. So that's a really beautiful card for Thursday. So much growth, the cornucopia, and a new day. So the day's really going to start powerfully Thursday. So as soon as you wake up, you know, hold your head up high and stand in your power, and the universe is just going to give you so many blessings and so many amazing things. And I'm sure I've got something on Thursday and I can't think what it is. Anyway, so that's Thursday. I just felt the need to take off the top card for Friday. And this is Friday's card, which is Seal. Look at that beautiful rainbow. We've actually seen a lot of rainbows of late up here. Really, really vivid coloured rainbows. So, you know, this is that pot of gold. And seal energy. So I almost want to say seal pup. I mean, I think these are like leopard seals. This looks like a leopard seal. So there's this leopard energy as well, which is that hunter energy, which is that patience, that softly, knowing that you can handle the shadow side of life. So again, this rainbow's cutting through all these dark clouds. So whatever this represented on Thursday, this is going to cut through all those. It's almost going to cut through the dark thoughts, and you're going to see things a lot more. Excuse me. You're going to see things a lot more clearly. And the rainbow is always about abundance, every color, which is, you know, the rainbow is the refraction of sunlight, the sunlight going into detail almost. So you're going to start to see things that you wouldn't normally. New insights into a new situation, which is something to do with shadow. And when I talk shadow, that's your inner self, the inner self that you tend to hide from others, because you're not always sure whether they'll accept that side of you. Well, this is a card of definitely, like, if there's a situation that comes up on Friday where you've got to reveal a part of yourself you've never revealed before, then it's going to go well. Absolutely going to go well. So trust in that. And it'll just create a lot more clarity around your life and a lot more solidity. And it's definitely an emotional card. Seals, albeit mammals, do live in the water. They can navigate, in other words, they can navigate their emotions really well, which is the representation of this card, and is on all these rocks. So there's a really powerful solidity in the energies there. So Friday's a very, very powerful day. So, you know, just a quick recap, like today and tomorrow is almost that emergence of night and day. And then Thursday is just going to be like, boom, everything really starts moving. So it's almost like we're in the shadow of the retrograde for the next couple of days. And then when that really phases out, things will really start moving forward on the main thing you've been manifesting over the last couple of months since the start of the year. Saturday. Sow. So there's the growth. Look at that, like this beautiful growth card, all these little piglets suckling at the mother as well. And you know, the crops are all ready to be harvested. What you reap, what you shall sow. So this week is definitely a way of speaking positively as well. So make sure that you speak positive rather than saying, I don't want. Find the positive opposite. You know, I don't want a bad coffee today. I'd really love a great coffee today. You know, that positive energy behind it. And sometimes it's actually challenging to find the positive because we've spoken in the negative way our whole life. And it's something so subtle and so simple, we don't realize we're doing it. And then as soon as we catch ourselves and we try and figure out what the opposite is, it's very challenging on certain things. So this is about speaking positively. This sound like sows and boars. Boars live in the forest like the stag, and this is another emergence coming out of winter. You know, there's all these little seeds and fruit on the ground. There's so much abundance in this card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the 7 piglets in that. Well, 7 is life path. The 7 in numerology is your life path, the journey you take through life. That's almost destined for you. It's the hardwired journey you choose on your soul contract that guides you. That if you try and stray off it, the universe, your higher self, and your spirit team crowbar you back on it. And if you're too far off your path, your mission, your soul mission. So what this means really is that Saturday is going to be an opportunity for your soul mission. It's something you're definitely going to have to follow. And maybe that's what this opportunity on Thursday is going to be, an opportunity from spirit, a gift from spirit. But it's also represented by the rainbow, but a gift from spirit that's going to help your soul mission. Get ready. This is going to be a really interesting week. And I look forward to seeing what follows in my own life as well, what's coming, because this applies to us all. This is an overarching energy for all those. I feel it's like a global energy. This is coming, massive positive opportunity, positive changes. So yeah, that's a really, really interesting card, is Sow. And pig energy. Pig in I think in Chinese culture is all about abundance. They have a pig, by the front door to bring in abundance. So yeah, so there's that amazing energy, whereas some other cultures see them as horrible, dirty creatures. Again, it's our perception and it's our belief that creates our reality. So if the whole collective thinks pigs are horrible and dirty, then that's what they create. Whereas another culture thinks that they're abundant, so that's what they create. Are either of them wrong, or both of them right? They're both right because they're creating what they believe, and that's it. When you create what you believe, you're always right. But if you don't like what you create, you can then change what you believe to create a new version. So this is about creation as well, creation energy. Saturday, evaluate what's not working in your life, change your belief around it. And then through persistence, consistency, and perseverance, you'll change it. And it takes linear time. And that's the challenge that people fall on, is they don't want to keep doing it until it changes. So that's Saturday. And then I just keep on taking ones off the top, interestingly enough. Sunday, whoa. It's almost holding that offering up to spirit. It's almost like you've got to release the old. I feel that's what this is about, all this new opportunity coming. So let's say, for instance, you get offered an opportunity overseas. This lightning, this storm that comes isn't a negative thing. It just means that you go, oh, geez, I've got a lot to do now. I've got to release things. I've got to maybe sell furniture or sell my car, or how long am I going to be overseas for? All of a sudden, like, you've been given this opportunity, and let's say it's coming in 2 weeks. You don't have time to plan. You just got to do. So I feel Sunday is not a day of rest, not with this card. It's a day of doing. It's a day of grasping whatever opportunity comes this on Thursday and doing what's necessary. In other words, taking the action that spirit want you to take flight in difficult circumstances, because wrens also they live in really tight little, they're tiny little birds, the wren. And the reason they're tiny is so they can easily navigate all the tight little spaces through the hedgerows and the forest and everything like that. So they live in the small half spaces, the half light, and they can navigate it so quickly, so easily. So there's no obstacle. So what the wren is bringing to you today is that no obstacle is insurmountable. All the little details can easily be navigated through. So even such a things like, just going back to the example that I chose, where get offered a chance overseas, that you remember to get the sticky labels for the boxes, or remember to get the padlocks for your suitcase. Those that level of detail. So this is about minding the details, and you might be the storm might be here, but the lightning's this lightning's cutting through it. You're able to cut through it and navigate through it really easy. So just have faith in yourself that whatever this is to do with, you'll handle it really easy. You've just got to go here, there. You'll be doing, it won't be nice, calm. You'll be forward, backwards, sideways, forward, backwards, 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 forwards. It will seem like you're all over the place, but that's just the nature of the day. And trust that sometimes energy has to be chaotic, because that's the only way it needs to be. Energy always flows in the most divine way. It always takes the path of least resistance. And just because our mind thinks, well, that can't be the path of least resistance, it is. Our mind is logical, whereas intuition and the universe is not. So Sunday's going to be a very, very interesting day. And it wouldn't surprise me as well that the Mother Earth will reflect that, and there'll be storms. There'll be actual storms on Sunday, weather-wise. And then the last one of the week, well, look at this. And it's talking about magpies. I don't think there's a magpie in that deck. I'll have to check. But raven's close enough. They're both raptors in birds. They're both raptors, so raven or crow. And in the picture there, it's just holding on to this tree branch. So it's grounding. So whatever you've created and you've taken those necessary actions on Sunday, you're then going to start grounding it grounding that magic into the physical realm. Because ravens are about magic. Ravens and crows, there's a myth and legend around them actually bringing magic to Mother Earth. And they used to be able to talk like we could, and then they decided to just go and be silent and just observe. They're almost like a messenger from spirit and observation. So if a raven turns up in your life, know that it's magic. Or if it's a crow and it's just one. Because me personally, if I see more than 3 crows, then there's an ending coming, because the collective noun of crows is murder of crows. I'm not sure what it is for ravens. I'll have to look that up. If you know, mention in the comments. And so also, like, I've just been flowing with this so much. If you'd like a personalized weekly reading after I've gone through these, then please hashtag magpie in the comments here on YouTube. And I appreciate all of you that have joined me on this YouTube channel. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, because it always helps these little channels grow and grow and grow. So back to the card. The trees are like, it's almost in autumn, the tree. It's autumn and winter, but it's almost like this whole week has had this all 4 seasons of spring, summer, autumn, winter. Reap and you shall sow. And I feel this mound, it almost feels like Glastonbury Tor in this card, which is also another place of magic, of Avalon, and those energies, which is synonymously connected with Merlin as well, and King Arthur and Morgana and all that amazing Celtic, ancient Britain magical energy. There's a myth around that if ever the world and England needed King Arthur and Merlin again, they would be reborn. So they're not the only ones to have this rebirth myth, story, legend around them. And just noticed that this raven's looking at me, which should be, you know, if you're in the middle of your screen, it should also be looking at you. It almost feels like it's looking backwards. So this is about looking back on the week to see what you've learned. So speaking of looking back on the week to see what you've learned, we'll do a quick recap and then I'll get on to the personalized readings. So today's was Swan, this clearing away of the old energy, this clearing away of the shadow of Mercury in retrograde, getting ready to take flight. And swans as well, they're actually, I think them and geese fly higher than any other bird. Like they can fly really high. Flocks of geese and swans have been mistaken for UFOs. The sun shining off their white feathers and everything, just making them look like balls of light, because they're flying at something ridiculous like 10,000 feet. That's how high they can fly. Yeah, so that's, and then just quick, then we came into bear, which is nighttime energy again, further emergence of coming out your cave on a particular area of your life, which then we came into stand in your power, create that new day, take that doorway of opportunity, own your realm. That's what stags do. They feel like they own the forest. And then that rainbow, that gift of abundance, the leopard as well, energy came into this. So it's about the emotions and the shadow side, the clearing away of old things in that, and abundance with the pig, the sow, the boar, reaping what you sow. And then, yeah, that necessary shake-up when you've got to bring in the new, that's going to really clear out the old. So get ready, get ready, get ready. So it is, so it is, so it is. So now I'll get on to the personal readings. I'll just put all these cards back in. I love this deck, it's incredible. So yeah, and if you would like to read, if you would like to connect with me one-on-one, you know, www.immerlin.org, or is it .com these days? No, .optis.org. I didn't realise you could have two banners on at the same time. I love it when you figure things out in the flow, and it just means, yeah, you'd like to reach out. I've got a couple of spots left this week. I can even do the personalized reading using the animal totems. I work fully intuitive as well, so I basically tune into your energy and find out what's everything that's culminating from past, present, future dimensions, spirit, all into that's culminating to this present moment, and then knowing what the next step is for you. And yeah, so my calendar's on my website. I also do mentoring as well, one-on-one mentoring, where the 8 weeks is personally tailored specifically for you, and it's not video recorded. It's basically one-on-one, literally with me. There's also a master healer course that I run with my partner, so that's like a 6-month immersion deep into yourself to how to become the master healer and also run a soulpreneur, entrepreneurial, authentic business, and even some of the day-to-day stuff that you need to do for that, and how to build websites and things like that. So the Atlantean in me, sort of, we bring in so many facets, which is why it's a 6-month container. And you also get that balance of masculine and feminine energies as well. So, right, let's look in the comments. Let's see who's first. Adele, thank you for joining me on my YouTube channel. Appreciate it. And you also said, I've had magpies come up so close to me the past few days. Yeah, if you can find where maybe they're flying from and give them a little bit of food, they have a brilliant memory, magpies. They know who their friends are and who ain't. If you're one of their friends, you don't get swooped, apparently. So let's see what we've got for you. Oh, look at Swan. So you've got the Swan card come out again. So this is your energy for the whole week, which is emergence. The song immediately came into my mind, which is There Once Was an Ugly Duckling. So this is about stepping into your power, honoring more who you are. You're not the ugly duckling anymore, analogy wise. In other words, you're not the youngster anymore. Honor that wisdom that you've earned the right to voice. You've got a lot more wisdom than you realize. And it's also about like teaching others. So almost like this slightly little younger ones balancing on this adult's wing, it's almost like taking people under your wing. So if there's knowledge that you know that you have the potential to share, even if you're starting a YouTube channel and just talking to the camera or something like that, you've got wisdom that you can share. Or if there's a opportunity coming at work where you can be like a supervisor or something like that. If you work for yourself, it might be about sharing what you've learned to an apprentice. So there's a teaching opportunity coming, that's for certain, which is stepping into your crone energy, which is the energy of wisdom, and sharing that. And I'm also like this, getting drawn to this. It's not a chain around the neck. That's not a burden. Sharing knowledge is never a burden. It's just about learning communication on how to express that wisdom in your way so people can easily take it on board. And that just takes practice. So again, know that in the beginning, you'll be clunky. So hopefully that resonates. And then the next person is my beautiful partner, Soulfinity. What have we got? So the fact that said Soulfinity, this could almost be like business. Take the leap. You can see what's being shown here. You'll know the reference. That journey's calling again. And you've also got like all these ideas are all here. But for me, it's about not all tadpoles survive. You know, the reason they create so many spawn is because they know majority of them will get eaten, but they know by creating so many that the strongest ones will survive. So the strongest ideas, they're the ones that you nurture. They're the ones that you fuel. And I feel the insights here will show you which ones, because to me, the frog already looks pregnant again. So in other words, you're always carrying ideas. I think it's Toad, actually. Oh, no, it's frog. Yeah, you always got ideas, but it's about a bit more discernment of which ones to send. You know, this frog's emerging out of its shelter, ready to show itself to the world and bringing ideas with it. Because, you know, there's the ideas it's carrying with it. So it's basically, and it's leaving all these ones behind. And we're so tapped into the universe, it will send us literally millions of ideas. And it's about going, right, which ones are necessary? Because like it's just walking up into this crack here. And so it's taking a very narrow path. So it's basically being very narrow focused, not in a bad way, but in a positive aspect, going, right, I'll walk my path. And these ideas, I'll happily leave them for others that it's more relevant for their path. Yeah, so it's just about being a bit more discerning, like maybe even give yourself a week with each new idea and see if the universe backs you up in the physical realm. You know how I put the idea out there and see what bounces back from spirit, as if almost like I'm allowing them to guide me. They give me the idea, I take the action, and they guide me, going, yeah, this is the crevice you need to walk along. So I feel, yeah, just frogs will walk slowly, then they'll jump. So I feel it's like take that little bit of linear time before jumping on the idea, to make sure that then, so the universe goes, yeah, this is the one. And if you don't get any feedback, that's not the one. And mushes will help. Who do we have next? So we've got Tasty Huna Shark next. Whoa, that one just leaped. Thrown off. That was this eagle flying in. Just remember to hashtag magpie if you like a personalized reading for the week. Yeah, so Tasty, you got eagle. And it's coming in, and the card just swooped down. So it's about, there's an opportunity, I'm feeling about 5 days, there's going to be an opportunity. Now, it could be a personal opportunity in regards to healing things. It could be a physical world opportunity for work, but this eagle's almost looking down, so it's keeping an eye. They've got this amazing binocular vision, eagles. This is why they fly so high, because they can see the prey close up, so they know when to strike, and that's why the prey never knows they're there. You know, the mice and the voles and the small mammals that it feeds on and preys on. So the opportunity that's coming has got to be taken. You may already know what it is, which is why the eagle's already looking at it. So you may have already been asking the universe for something, for a bit more peace maybe, because eagles rise above the storm. So I'm feeling like this is asking for a bit more peace. And even like at the background, like this eagle's landing on this Native American's arm, which, as I know that you do live in America, so there's that energy too. It's about, there's going to be an opportunity to not fight the world anymore. And for your peace of mind, it's definitely worth you taking that. It's time to start, I feel it's like saying, like, it's time to start moving beyond the war. The fighting's done. Start moving towards peace. And this is peace in your own mind. Because it's in the air, and the air in tarot is about the mind, which is the swords. Ironically, it's the swords. The suit of swords. And that's about cutting through illusions rather than fighting. So, yeah, cutting through your own mind to find peace. There's an opportunity coming for you to be able to do that. So whether it's counselling or something along those lines that you wouldn't normally, the route you wouldn't normally go down, this will definitely help. Well, that's quite a deep message, that was. Very deep message. So I think that's everybody. I'll just double check. Yeah. So finally, and this one's actually for me. Oh, water dragon. Well, this is powerful. It's almost like the Loch Ness Monster, which is rarely seen. That almost mythological, does it exist? Doesn't it exist? And for me, the murky waters of the deep can sometimes be feared. So for me, it's that murky waters of emotions, but this is coming out of it in confidence, in its power. So I feel like this is me, Merlin, coming out of his cave, the wizard coming out of his cave, clearing those storms and those clouds, and continuing my journey. Knowing that I'm protected, there's almost like a little shield in the rock there, which is an interesting. Yeah, it's a short and sweet for me. Knowing that I'm safe and that I'm in my power of my emotions, and this card got pushed off, which then becomes the Earth Dragon. So this, I was just surrounded by dragon energy at the moment, which I know I am because I've been doing some work with the dragons and stuff. So dragon realms. So more connection with the dragon realms, which is, I love working with the dragons. They're so powerful, they're so benevolent, they're so wise, and just incredible, just incredible. So thank you very much for joining me this beautiful morning here in Australia. And I'll see you again next week, every Tuesday here on this YouTube channel. Please share, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you all again next week. Enjoy your week and enjoy that beautiful gateway that's coming. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.